extremely important game for the Reds. Two matches against Kiwi sides with encouraging periods, but not 80 minutes, not near 80 minutes in either of them.
That's what we're looking for in an 80-minute performance. So we had opportunities, but yeah, making some errors at the crucial times. So yeah, you're up against good opposition. First the Hurricanes, then the Chiefs, and then they usually take the opportunities. So you've got to make the most of your own ones.
So with the Highlanders, when the Brumbies played them down in Melbourne, they got ahead, and you could see almost the Highlanders fade away a little bit. Maybe a factor of being a team with only one win this season, now two. Is it important to put that pressure back on them as a team that hasn't had that much success, get a lead and
they're a very good side.
Well?
Yeah, they're a very good side. They played very well in overcoming the Drua, because Drua really brought it, and then so they'll be a tough prospect. And you probably nailed it with your first question. It's 80 minutes, what we need, and making the most of the opportunities we can get in that zone, that 22-metre zone. Looking after the ball and coming away with some form of points.
You've been very conscious of preserving a very good centre pairing all year with Hamish and Hunter Paisami. Hunter's out this week with injury. What do you expect from Josh Fluke playing in his specialist position at outside centre?
Fluke has been great. He's been building in this club, and debuted a couple of years ago, and very good. His favourite position is 13, but he plays wherever you ask him. So he'll be up for the game, and it'll be a good contest for him.
Having no Taniela, that's some ball running dynamics out of the side. Hunter is the same thing. James O'Connor sort of ignites that as well. None of those three players are there. Where's the really punchy running coming from in a game like this?
We play as a team, but you've got guys like Siri who've come back, and different guys. Jordan Patea's, so he's pretty punchy. So there's a couple of guys, but it's a team effort. Yeah, it's been around the injuries and that. Obviously 2 tight heads, 2 hookers. The good thing about it is, it gives opportunities, and that helps with depth for your team. It doesn't immediately. You may not get that effect now, but going forward as a club. So yeah.
With Suli's first 2 games back, he's been fairly reserved, I guess, on the wing. Hasn't really sought out too much ball in field. Would you like to see him be a bit more open-minded to coming off his wing and getting more involved?
He's just been out for a long time, so it's always going to take time to build back into his game, get that confidence when you've been out with injury. But each week he will grow. So it's been out for a long time. What is it? 10 months probably. So so he just needs time playing, and that'll be good for him.
You need to always set a bit of a tone in the forwards against the Kiwis. Having Lukhan back particularly, he's been almost ready to go for quite a while, and now he's got a run under his belt. How important is it for Lukhan to be a leader, because he's probably got the most caps in the pack outside Taniela, who's now not there?
Correct. He's been a Test player as well. I think he's been to a World Cup. So yeah, it's good to have Lukhan in the fold, and he seems motivated to play some good footy. So, but there's no really extra pressure on anyone. It's just 23 guys who will be looking to do a job. Same with the Highlanders, and it bodes to be another good, challenging game. They're very well coached. I know it's been a tough season so far, but got some real form into that Drua game, and they'll be keen to get a job done to push for finals, same as us.
There'll be some judges out there who say with no O'Connor, no Paisami, no Tupou that you can't win this game. Your thoughts?
Are you that judge?
No, I'm not.
Sorry, mate. I'm having a crack up.
Do you think you can win a game against the Kiwi side without Taniela's influence, without Paisami, most direct back, and without James O'Connor's organisation?
Yeah, I think we've won games all year. We haven't talked about injuries. Obviously, you brought up Taniela. Like I talked about, there's a few, two starting hookers and Zane as well. So haven't really talked about James. Haven't talked about these other guys. So we've had that all year. We've had quite a bit of stuff. So I see that as a positive thing, creating depth. But the guys have just got the job done. And we're missing Geordie and James in that last week. We, fell too short. We kick a goal or we make the most of some of those opportunities. We get a result there. So same with the Hurricanes. Connor Vest starting at 6. It's in like his second starting game ever. He had Lawson at on debut starting at 10. That didn't stop us winning the game of footy. It was, we're in a good space, and then we took the foot off the throttle, and although we tried, we didn't get back in the game. So we just have belief in the group, and if you put it on the maroon jersey, I know it sounds cliche, but sort of expect to do your job, and we're competing to win. So we're still not worried about the names. Just obviously it's good to have those. Obviously it's awesome to have Taniela, James, Hunter, these different guys. But there's other guys there that'll. Josh Fleek will be ripping in, giving his best effort, and likewise Fial and different guys. So it's part of the game.
Taniela looked physically a little bit hindered before he limped off with the calf injury. Was there anything he was carrying into the scrum where he was injured, or was it just an injury from that calf in the scrum?
Yeah, not that I know of, no.
Yeah.
So he was scrumming pretty well,
yeah.
So playing well, getting out of the ball, carrying. So he's been, brings different things to you, to the pack. So that was unfortunate because he has a big presence in the team, and like you said, I think he's 80, mid-80s for caps for Queensland. He'll be approaching 100 next year. So he's getting, he's a senior guy in the squad, isn't he?
So as the weeks progress with his updates, is there a chance he can be back for any finals you might play?
Possibly, yeah.
Good news just today, Rugby Australia re-signing Jock Campbell for a number of years. I guess that says most of all that they do see his value after perhaps not seeing it so clearly for a couple of seasons. You must be quite proud of that recognition for Jock.
Yeah, I'm proud of how his journey. I think he was second or third 15 at TSS, playing at uni. Played good rugby there, early 20s. Got his degree, got picked up at NRC, got his opportunity, took it. Put his hand up to come in here on a training contract or something. Put his hand up, and now to be recognised at that level is really cool. And he'd be respected as one of the best fullbacks in the country, and he can play. He could play, wing. He can play fullback. We believe he could also play 10. So, and he's a good man, just a good guy. And he's in his prime. I think he's around 27. So he's in an absolute prime, loving his rugby, and it's just great having him around.
You know more than anyone the pride in the Highlanders being perennially, tagged as the underdog New Zealand team, so, having come from Mosgiel near Dunedin yourself. Are these that little bit more meaningful games against the Highlanders, or when you see the Highlanders on the field?
I'm happy when the Highlanders are doing well. That's how I feel about it, because I'm originally from there. That's why I went back to play a couple of seasons. I was right at the end of my career, but it was a nice thing to go back and represent where I was actually from my family are from, and all my relations and all that. So, but yeah, just I have a good vibe around the Highlanders, and I want them to do well. I wouldn't say they're perennially the underdogs. Were they not in the New Zealand? Were they in the final? They won a final in 2015.
Yeah, they won a final. Yeah.
They've been pretty strong.
Yep.
They had good coaching, so I think there's over 20 years you could say there's been big periods where they were battling away, but they play some good rugby, and like I said, it's just a good organisation, and there's people from the south down there passionate about their rugby.
All good.
Just quickly, after a couple of weeks away in Melbourne, back-to-back home games, how good is it playing in front of the Queensland fans, mate?
Yeah, it's awesome. Suncorp, fantastic, and to sleep in your own beds, it's really cool. And hoping for a really, another good turnout, and I'm sure there'll be some Highlander supporters as well. So some good things happening there.